glorious food, yummy, yummy food. Do you love food, or do you just eat because you're hungry, or eat for performance, or do you eat for pleasure? And if you're eating for results, if you're eating for performance, have you heard that there seems to be a big argument about the percentage of what food gives you for your results to the outcome that you want to get versus what your training, your exercise, your sport will give you. So and the common one is 80% is food and 20% is exercise or training. What's the other one? That everything that you do starts in the kitchen. Well, I'm in the kitchen and I love coming into the kitchen because I love food. But what if 80% of what you did gave you the results that you wanted and 20% was just kind of a byproduct? What if the outcome of your results, and we all want different things. We've all got ideas on what we want to achieve, whether it's a body fat percentage or a weight or a size or an energy level or a performance level, or you just want to feel good, look good, as I do for the rest of my life. What do you do with your food to make sure that happens? And what if there was just one thing that gave you about 80% of the result and the other things were just a tiny bit? They were the extra 20%. And it's interesting because there's a lot of argument about this, but we can't really argue with physics, which is if you put in a whole stack of food and you don't burn it up, you'll get chubby, you'll get extra fat in your fat cells. And it doesn't matter what food it is, because in every way, shape or form, or every macronutrient will turn into fat if you don't burn it up. And it might not directly turn into fat. So alcohol, for example, there's no storage system for alcohol and you can't turn alcohol into fat. But when you've got alcohol in your system, it becomes your preferred energy source. So everything else that you eat has to go somewhere. So that might end up in your fat cell. So if you eat too much of anything, you'll end up with too much fat in your fat cell. The reverse of that is if you burn up a large number of calories, a larger number of calories than you put in, then you'll have less fat in your fat cell. And there's lots of argument about that, and there's lots of people who'll dispute that, but we can't really argue with that particular set science, that if you put X number of calories in more than what you use up, you'll end up chubby. And if you want to burn up chubby, then you've got to eat less than what you put in. So if that was 80% of the result, and if we focus on that, so how do I eat less than what I burn? How do I burn more? And if that gives me 80% of the result that I need, then what's the other 20%? And it's interesting because are there people who are vegan vegetarians who get great results from their eating plan? Yes. Are there people who are carnivores that get great results from their eating plan? Yes. Are there people who eat 3 times a day and get a great result? Yes. Are there people who do intermittent fasting and only eat once a day? Yes. Are there people that eat lollies and chocolate and cake and biscuits and still have a stack of energy and perform at their best? Yes. And are there people that would never touch cake or biscuits or lollies or chocolate because they think it's a really bad food and they're getting the results that they want? So I always ask the very simple 4 questions. Are you performing at your best? Do you have a stack of energy? Do you love what you see in the mirror? And are you getting the results that you want? And whatever you're doing, is it possible that it doesn't matter what you do as long as you get that result? And is it possible that there are people that are getting that result from all different sources? So whatever diet or eating or nutrition plan that you choose, could it be better that it fits in with you rather than just blandly listen to what everybody's talking? 80% of your results comes from your food and 20% comes from exercise. And I'll just have a little think about that one for a minute, please. Is it possible that there are people who eat whatever they want and they don't focus at all on their food and they're still in great shape because they've got a body that's healthy, fit and strong and it burns up everything that they put into it? And their focus is not even on food. They don't even know how many calories they eat or how many fat grams, or they don't even think about how many times a day they eat. They just eat when they're hungry, they stop eating when they're full, and their body burns up everything that they put into it. So could food be a very personal thing is the personal question. And if we can't argue with if you put more in than you burn up, then you're going to get chubby. And if you're chubby and you want to get rid of that, then you have to put in less than what you burn up. If we can not argue about that, then everything else after that, could it be really important that it suits you? So some people drink alcohol, some people don't. Some health organisations recommend that you drink alcohol, and some religions suggest that if you drink alcohol, you're not going to go to heaven, you're going to go to hell. Some people love dairy products, and some people would never eat dairy products. Some people think that coffee makes them fat, and some people drink coffee to make them thin. Some people would never eat chocolate biscuits or chocolate, and other people it's a part of their normal eating plan. Is it possible that you need to find out what works best for you? So why would you drink if you don't like it? Why would you eat dairy products if they don't suit your digestive system? Why would you do anything that other people tell you to do if it doesn't fit in with your body and with your lifestyle? And who knows your body better than you do? Which is why I always ask this very important question. If you go to an expert, whether it's a food expert or an exercise expert, should they find out about you first before they give you advice? So it's very easy to say, don't have, mustn't have, shouldn't have, can't have this particular food. And this is the way you have to exercise. And this is how many reps and sets and days of the week that you need to exercise. But what if the person doesn't know you? What if they tell you that you need to eat meat but you're a vegan vegetarian? What if they tell you that you need to drink alcohol because it's good for your stress levels and you don't want to drink alcohol because you don't believe you'll go to heaven if you do? What if somebody tells you that you need to eat leafy green vegetables and you just don't like them? What's the point of, and I always ask that question, why would you eat food that you don't like? And why would you not eat food that you do like? Is it possible that if there's foods that you love and someone says, can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have, that you end up wanting them more, so you either get angry because you can't have them, what a horrible way to live, or you have them and you feel guilty, or you have them and you eat way more than you normally would because you didn't have, and then you binge eat. So how about this? What do you love to eat and always include it in your eating plan? What don't you like to eat and never include it in your eating plan? How about eat when you're hungry and stop eating when you're full? And the way to make that work effectively is to have a fit, strong body, because a fit, strong body has a healthy endocrine hormonal system. And that's the system that says, Rowie, feed me, I'm hungry. Rowie, stop eating, you're full. Rowie, you're thirsty, have a drink. Rowie, you don't need to have a drink because you're not thirsty. And have you ever heard yourself say this? I feel like eating. I feel like a piece of fruit, or I feel like a sandwich, or I feel like a roast dinner. Whatever it is that you are thinking about, is it possible that that's a connection with your central nervous system, with your hormonal system, and just with your, I want to live my life in a certain way and love my life system? I feel like having. And wouldn't it be awful if you felt like having a chocolate biscuit and you really wanted to have a chocolate biscuit and somebody said, can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have, so you didn't have it, and you feel like you're missing out on something? How about get healthy, fit and strong and let your body look after itself? Because is that possible? If I look after my body will look after me. Isn't that an interesting concept? So whether it's 80-20 or 50-50 or whatever everybody else is talking about food, nobody knows your body like you do. So eat what you love, don't eat what you don't like, eat when you're hungry, stop eating when you're full. And how about live your life to the max? That's what I'm here for every day, to make sure that you're healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. And you can love your food. Food, glorious food. I love food, glorious food. Woo!